Hey, how's it going everyone? I hope that you are all having an amazing day. In this video, we are going to be talking about all of the upcoming nerfs and buffs that are coming to 3 specific legends in just around 24 hours from now. One thing that I am truly excited to talk about is the Octane buff, because yes, Octane is finally getting some love. If this video helps you out, then help me out by hitting the like button. But without any further ado, let's get right into some information. I want to first start off by saying that these buffs are not in the game yet, and there is actually very little information as to what they might have in store. So a lot of this is going to be me speculating based on evidence, what could possibly be happening to these legends in just 24 hours. So let's start off with what buffs we know for sure will be coming into the game Tuesday, and these involve Lifeline. We all saw in the trailer for this Lost Treasures event that Lifeline will now be able to drop her healing drone to allow teammates to revive off of it. We see in this clip that the shield comes out of the drone, which is really interesting, and I'm almost wondering if this buff or rework, if you will, is going to change how Lifeline's healing drone works entirely. As of recording this, her drone can be placed on the ground and attached to herself and her teammates for some team healing. In the rework, it is actually uncertain yet as to whether or not you will still be able to use this drone for healing, or if it will just be something that can only be used for reviving a teammate. Either way, it will be interesting to see which way this goes, and I'm also curious as to whether or not Lifeline will still have her shield when she is reviving someone. She'll probably still have that shield when she's reviving someone, as long as her drone isn't already dropped and reviving somebody, but we don't quite know yet. Also, we know nothing about whether or not her ultimate ability is being worked on, so this is going to be really cool to see what ends up happening as soon as this set of patch notes comes out. Moving on though, I want to start talking about Octane, and yes, Octane has been confirmed to be getting a buff. This buff will be coming out alongside the event, and I am so glad that Octane is finally getting some love. I personally love playing Octane and hate that he is so looked down upon as a legend, especially in the competitive community. But I totally understand where they're coming from, because as of right now, Octane does not really offer much of any help to his squad mates. But as you see, Jason confirmed in this tweet, Octane will in fact be receiving a buff this week. He specifies that this is a buff and not a rework, so we can actually assume a few things with that. Firstly, being that I don't see them changing the way that any of Octane's abilities work fundamentally. Octane will still stim around and jump pad around as his tactical and ultimate, but hopefully they take out the loss of health while stimming and maybe make it to where his jump pad launches you even further. Those are a couple of things that could be considered a buff, because as of right now, I feel like that you can use Octane's jump pad plenty often, so buffing the amount of time that it takes for that to charge up wouldn't really do anything, because it just doesn't get you very far and only serves very niche purposes. But let me know down in the comments what you think they will be doing with this Octane buff, because Octane is for sure the one that I am most hyped up for. But finally, let's get into what could be some huge controversial news depending on what happens. But Jason again replied to someone's tweet question asking if any Wraith buffs will be coming in Season 5, to which Jason replied, some tweaks to her kit, yes. Look for patch notes before the event. This is actually insane, because he doesn't specify whether or not this will be a buff or a nerf, but honestly, think about it. Wraith is such a highly ranked legend, and I almost think that there is absolutely no way that they would buff Wraith. At best, they will do some sort of side grade for her, and at worst, Wraith is about to get nerfed. Thankfully, Respawn is always very careful with what they do nerf-wise and buff-wise with Legends, so I'm sure whatever happens will be justified and will work, and if it doesn't end up working or if they nerfed it too much, it will get brought back. Similar to the Pathfinder nerf that happened this season, I wouldn't be surprised at all if we see some sort of rebuff to him, maybe shaving 5 seconds off of the cooldown time. But in any case, I am excited to see how all of this ends up, so be sure to subscribe to the channel to get all of the patch notes information that will be covering everything to do with the event and the buffs and the nerfs as soon as it comes out. And also feel free to stick around and check out this amazing win that I got. But other than that, I hope you all have an amazing day. I'm out.
Lost one. We're on our own now. Guess the champion couldn't keep up.
Round 3, beginning ring countdown.
Let's do some shopping. Recharging my shields. Enemy here. Activating jump drive.
Recharging shields. Target spotted. Giving my shields a recharge.
Reloading.
We just eliminated the whole squad. Exciting.
We made it to the top 3. I need light ammo. Throwing jump drive.
The ring isn't far.
"45 seconds until the ring closes. We've got time, but not much. There's someone over there. Let's go here. Let's see what we have over here.
Only 30 seconds left on the clock. The ring
I changed my... I'll be keeping them away from here. I bet we'll find something good here.
Copy that.
Throwing an arc star. Activating jump drive.
Great. All ziplines inside the ring. Incoming care package. I love loot.
Recharging my shields.
You are the Apex champions.